Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, China's made the declaration. Are you serious? This is why I wrote the book Revelation 9/11. This isn't the only reason, but I told you in the book, as you guys know, those of you who have got a copy of my book, you already know this. We talk about the vortex of evil. We talk about China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran playing a major role in which will eventually create what the book of Revelation, chapter 9, calls the sixth trumpet war. But it's actually the release of Apollyon, who releases four more fallen angels from underneath the river Euphrates, which they then manipulate the kings of the earth in Revelation 16 and creates what Revelation 9 calls the sixth trumpet war, or World War III. We're watching it develop. We see the war already raging. Russia's already engaged with Ukraine, threatening NATO. We already know that Iran, with their proxies, have already attacked Israel. And today we have a proclamation, a declaration by President Xi just about an hour ago on what he wants to do with Taiwan. And of course, North Korea is already involved, as they've already sent troops to Ukraine to fight with Russia against Zelensky and Ukraine, and against NATO and the United States. So this is really shaping up, guys, for World War III. Let me put a real quick shout out for My Pillow. My Pillow, guys, I want to thank Mike from, not Mike from around the world, but I don't thank him too, might as well. I want to thank Mike Landell, great company in My Pillow. So you can go there today. He's running a special on mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul. Go to www there, click on the link below the video. Go to www.mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul, and the sales are outrageous for the followers of the Paul Begley Prophecy Ministries. And as you purchase blankets, sheets, towels, slippers, pillows, shams, all kinds of stuff that you need for the house, this is the moment. Get great savings, and a percentage of that goes to Paul Begley Prophecy Ministries to help us. We need to springboard into 2025 as we take the gospel of Jesus Christ to the world. Need your help to do that. We can do it together. This is the end time revival, and God will bless you for that, for sure. And I ask you to do that in Jesus' name. All right. And if you don't need any of those items, you can still give tonight for, of course, the end of the year donations, and just simply go. I'll put it down below, and you can see it, the clicker. You can go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com, or you can pick up the phone and make the phone call to the main number, 765-414-2230, or you can send a check or money order in the mail. Simply do that. Date that check December 31st, and that way you can use it for your taxes. All right. Let me tell you what's going on. President Xi made this statement. Let me see if I can do it. President Xi says no one, and I mean he said no one, can stop China from the reunification with Taiwan. In other words, no one is going to stop China from taking Taiwan. No one. Now, in 2023, he said, we're going to do whatever we got to do. We need to get Taiwan back under China position. But here's what he said about an hour ago, giving a speech in China on what he calls his New Year's Eve declaration. No one, he said, can stop China's reunification with Taiwan. Chinese President Xi Jinping said in his New Year's Eve speech today, laying down a clear warning to what Beijing regards as the pro-independence forces within and outside of the island of 23 million people, the island nation of Taiwan. Now, in the past year, Beijing has stepped up its military pressure near Taiwan, sending warships and planes almost daily into the waters and into the airspace around the island in what Taiwan officials are calling a creeping effort to normalize China's military presence. China regards the democratically governed and independent nation of Taiwan as its own territory. But Taiwan's government rejects that. They reject Beijing's claims, and they say only its people can decide their own future. And Beijing ought to respect the choice of the Taiwanese people, of course. But when you're dealing with communists, they could care less what the people think. And matter of fact, sometimes I think even in our capitalistic society, even in the United States, the government doesn't really care what us common people think. But we count. And in America, our Constitution is still our Constitution. And let's keep it that way no matter what. Well, the people on both sides of the Taiwan Strait are one family. No one can sever our family bonds, says China. And no one can stop the historical trend of our national reunification, says President Xi in a speech that was televised throughout all of China's state broadcaster CCTV. In his New Year's Eve speech in 23, President Xi said China's reunification with Taiwan was inevitable and that the people on both sides should be bound by common sense of purpose and share in the glory of the reunification of the Chinese nation. Tensions have remained high throughout the year in a very sensitive Taiwan Strait, especially after Mr. La Xingti, deemed a separatist by Beijing, became the island's latest president in the election that Taiwan held in May. Earlier this month, China has staged a large massing of naval forces all around Taiwan and in the east and in the South China Seas after Mr. Lau stopped over in Hawaii and the U.S. territory of Guam on a Pacific trip, and he was criticizing Beijing when he went to these locations. China has never renounced the use of force to bring Taiwan under its control. They've conducted 2 rounds of war games around the island this year alone in 2024, saying these are warnings against the separatist acts and have vowed to take further actions if needed. U.S. arms sales to Taiwan have allowed Taiwan Relations Act, it's called, has also continued to strain Beijing's ties with Washington. And China has regularly warned the U.S. against any military cooperation with Taiwan and has slapped sanctions on military suppliers and their executives, according to Reuters. Remember, just before the Olympics, actually during the start of the Beijing Olympic Games in 2022, President Putin went to China for the games and then met with President Xi of China, and they agreed together. China's President Xi told Putin, if you want to go take Ukraine, we won't stand in your way. It's yours. And Putin said to President Xi, if you want to take Taiwan, we won't get in your way. It belongs to you. This is the mentality of this communist movement that is now broadening and building a coalition with the radical Islamist movement of Iran and, of course, bringing in their little buddy, North Korea. They're also trying to work angles over on our side of the hemisphere, the Western Hemisphere. And this is why Trump is trying to buy Greenland to set up more military strategic locations. And he's trying to take back Panama Canal to shut down the Chinese from shortcutting their way into our hemisphere, into setting up the capabilities to challenge the United States. So this is a very, very, very precarious, dangerous time. We keep our eyes open. We stay prayed up. We keep watching what's going on. This is why I wrote the book along with my co-author, Troy Anderson. Troy is a Pulitzer Prize nominated journalist. The two of us worked for 2 years researching to put this book together, Revelation 9/11. It's a #1 bestseller at Amazon. But certainly, if you haven't got your copy, you should now. Amazon's running a special on it. They've dropped the price for for I don't know how many days. I think till January 2nd. I'm not sure, but go check it out. It's only $13.39 at Amazon. You can also get it at Barnes and Noble. You can get it at Books a Million. You can get it at Walmart.com. You can go to Target.com and a lot of other independent bookstores. You can order this book, Revelation 9:11. I highly recommend it. It is it's a right now word. It's a powerful read. We break down the current events that are going on, the major headlines that are taking place today. We talk about it in our book, Revelation 9:11, and we tie it to biblical scriptures and prophetic prophecies from some of the leading prophetic voices of our generation. Interviews that Troy did with Billy Graham, interviews I did with Chuck Missler, Dr. Irvin Baxter, Jim Baker, and interviews he did also with Kenneth Bayshore and others. I can't even remember them all. There's so many. We got this book. My book, Revelation 11, was also endorsed by Kevin Sorbo, the great actor. It was endorsed by Jim Baker. It was endorsed by Jimmy Evans, another very powerful prophetic voice, and many others. So you really should get a copy of it. Buy 5 copies. Give 4 of them to your family members and friends that really need to know what's going on. It's definitely will help. If they're woke, this will wake them up. Okay, and you'll be glad you did. This is the end of the year. People are sending their final donations of the year. Some people need to do this for tax purposes. Others just want to be a blessing at the end of the year and thank God for blessing you. Many of you, God has brought you through 2024. He has brought you through, and you're entering into this new year. If you'd like to give an offering today or a special donation, please do it. Go to it's the end of the year donation. Please go right now today to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com, or pick up the phone and call right now, 765-414-2230, or send a check or money order in the mail. There's the address to Paul Begley Prophecy, 1048-B. B is for the blessings that you'll receive for that. I guarantee it from the Lord. That's 1048-B, Sagamore Parkway West, Box 33, West Lafayette, Indiana, 47906. I'm here in Virginia, sitting out on the front porch of my son's home, enjoying beautiful weather for December 31st. It's 60 some degrees. I can't believe it. I thought I was in Florida for a minute, and spend some time with the grandkids. And I'll be back just in a couple of days. I'll be here for a couple of days, and then we'll be back in Florida. God bless all of you. We love you. Get it done. Be blessed. And if you don't have Christ in your life, give your life to Jesus Christ. Don't go into this next year without the hand of God on your life for you, for your family, for your future. God bless all of you. Are you serious?